Hey guys, I hope you can hear me okay.
We can. What do you want to say?
Hiya. So I've got to be honest, and I'm seeing it as a massive failure. Absolutely a massive failure. And the reason why I'm seeing it as a massive failure is, firstly, we had it in our hands. We had it in our hands. We had a 4-point lead with 3 games to go, which being Tottenham, Newcastle and Everton. We practically handed it to Tottenham on a plate. Now, I can accept giving missing out on Champions League football to Man United, to anybody else. I can accept that. But what I can't accept is handing it to Tottenham on a plate, which is practically what we've done. And the other thing is, you have to look back through the whole entire season.
Yeah.
You know, we knew we were in a top 4 race in January. The board sat on their proverbials and did absolutely nothing to cement a place in the top 4. They could have gone in the January window and gone, do you know what? We're in a top 4 race. We can see the prize at the end of the season. Let's go get the players we want. Also, they thinned down the squad. Their excuses. So I sit on the fan advisory board for Arsenal, and their excuses was, oh, well, we only had 1 game a week. They went into this naive. Do you know the reality is, guys? The reality is we've got a young team that's being led by an inexperienced coach, which is in turn being led by an inexperienced director of football in Edu, which is then being in turn led by an inexperienced chief executive in Vinay Venkatesham, which is being overseen by an ownership that has been questionable for the last years.
Wow, many points here. Dan, if at the start of the season, if I said to you, I'll give you 5th at the end of May, would you have taken it?
I would have taken it, but you have to understand, Jim, No, you have to understand that expectations over the season change with the level of performance.
Yes, good point.
When you get into a position, as we've got ourselves in, to get a top 4, you've got to take advantage of that. And what was worrying me is if these players can't get up for the carrot of Champions League football, what can they get up? And the final point I want to make is these, Arteta's had problems with big egos. He had problems with Ozil, he had a problem with Aubameyang. If we got Champions League football, the questions have to be asked. Would he be able to deal with those big egos? Because naturally,
Interesting. Dan, some big questions raised by you. I want to thank you for your call. There's many Arsenal fans waiting to come on, Simon. I mean, Dan made many points there. Does he have a point with his points?
Not really, no. They spent £130 million in the summer. It doesn't go on forever and ever and ever, amen. It's got nothing to do with big players. It's got to do with bad apples needing to be removed and having the courage of your convictions to do it, which other people didn't. So he did what a real leader does. Their biggest issue was 3 games in the middle of a very significant run that then followed up with them starting to pull themselves together in, which was losing to Crystal Palace, losing to Brighton and losing to Southampton. Those 3 games did for them. Yeah. And then what did they do? They pulled themselves together and beat Chelsea, Manchester United and West Ham. These are young players. You're building a young squad of players that want to play for Arsenal, that will become part of the Arsenal fabric and be built through the Arsenal methodology and also respect playing for Arsenal. So with young players, anybody that knows football properly knows that young players peak and trough, have moments in time where their form dip. So there's nothing about Arteta, and I've gone through the loop with Arteta from going, I like him, to thinking he's all theory, to thinking he should be out the door, to back into the situation where he gained a lot more respect from me about Aubameyang.
So where are you to deal with him?
Well, the biggest challenge for them is to finish 5th behind Tottenham. But to finish 5th in the league with this group of players, with the challenges that they've had whilst he's on his learning curve, Arteta, I think that's pretty all right, by the way.
Pretty all right. Connor, another Arsenal fan. Simon says it's pretty all right. Is it pretty all right with you? Connor, good morning.
Whoa, it's good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can, Connor. Go for it.
Go on, mate.
Hello?
Yeah,
yes,
mate,
Connor, we're with you. He can't hear us, so we'll go to Luke. Luke's a big Arsenal fan. Luke, good morning. You heard Simon there. He's saying that it's pretty much all right. Arsenal are where maybe he thought they would be.
No, excuse me. No, I disagree with Simon. Arteta's now had 3 seasons, and as far as I'm concerned, that's 3 seasons of failure. Emery only had 1 season, and he was gone. So what I want to know from this, Simon's actually a good person to talk to, having been a former owner and chairman. Why was Emery sacked for finishing 5th, and Arteta stays on, having finished 8th and now 5th again?
There's a decent question for you, Simon.
Well, you know why he was sacked, because he was ridiculed, parodied, mocked, and generally taken down, whittled down to virtually nothing by segments of your fan base and the media, to such a point that he was standing there waiting for the next slap that he could receive from the next person that teed up his, unfortunate style of interviewing after a game. He had very little left of him. And I make you right from achievement terms. But if you look at what Arteta's done, won an FA Cup, okay, worth something, maybe not worth a lot, but worth something. It's a significant trophy. Built a side that's got some really good young players in there that might well stand you in good stead for the future, and got rid of some of the toxicity in that dressing room with people that have been nicking a living out of your football club that shouldn't have been there. And 5th in the league is not bad. Not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's better than I thought Arsenal would do. So I think Arteta is worth another go on the merry-go-round for another year. If he doesn't do it next year, then okay, I get it.
Luke, in a couple of sentences, what do you want to say to Simon before you go?
Well, that's fine. A lot of people think that, but for me, he's had a lot, 3 seasons, and yes, he's had a lot. Players have come out and gone in, but if you look at what we had, 4 points going into that Tottenham game, the way he set the team up. Now we can say, well, it didn't work out, we lost that game.
Yeah,
but this team, they follow up bad performances by even worse ones.
All right, Luke, listen, we get your point. Thanks for that. James is saying this is an overreaction this morning from Arsenal fans. Simon's nailing it. He's absolutely right. Not so Kevin in Highbury this morning, right here in London. Morning, guys. I'm a huge Arsenal fan. Not going for it last night was very disappointing. If we don't build this summer, I cannot see Arsenal doing anything next season.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.